Hello, class. Welcome to Critical Issues in Arts and Culture, Spring 2021. If you have registered for that class, great, you are in the right spot. Thank you and welcome. I am your instructor for the semester. My name is Leonisha Gonzalez, and I am a fifth year PhD student in the School of Theater and Dance here at Texas Tech University. So I'm making this little intro video, one so that you can see my face, and so that I can explain a couple of things about the semester. As you know, we have started off pretty rocky so far, and so I want to take this time. I know I sent everyone an email, but I want to take this opportunity to explain what's going on. So when the class was created in Banner, and I believe this it's something to do with the registrar, but it was set up to be a face-to-face class. That's what it looked like when you went to register for the class, but it has never been a face-to-face. It was always meant to be online. So when I alerted them to that problem, they went ahead and fixed it, but in order to fix it, they had to delete those other two sections that existed, and then they migrated everybody into the new sections that they created. But when they did that, what happened was Blackboard deleted the websites that corresponded to those previous two sections that I had spent a weekend building to get ready for class to begin this week. So now we're in this position where I'm waiting for Blackboard to rebuild these shells. Then I have to put the content back in them, and I'm trying to get that done as quickly as possible so that we can begin, so that by the time you see this video, that means that everything has been taken care of. But I do apologize for the delay. This is not how I wanted to begin our semester. And I know that we're all still dealing with the effects of this pandemic, how stressful that is, particularly trying to learn. So I really do apologize for this. And I'm hoping that we can get this all straightened out pretty quickly. But again, if you're seeing this video, that means that everything's been taken care of. Any of the due dates for any of the assignments that we're going to be due this Friday, January 29th, will be extended. You will have another week to do them because this is not your fault. So I don't want anybody to be penalized for that or worrying about it. The assignments are pretty easy this first go around, but still I'm going to give everybody another week. So everything will be due February 6th, the things that we're going to be due January 29th. And so you should see all of that in the module. Just also to let you all know, I don't know how many people have taken an asynchronous online course before. And if this is your first time, then I just want to let you know how that's going to work. An asynchronous online class basically means that this will be the only time that you will probably see my face outside of the other lecture videos that are in the different learning modules. Our course week goes from Saturday to Friday. So think of Saturday as your Monday and Friday as your Sunday. So every week you will have to check Blackboard, really get familiar with this site, get used to using it because it is going to be your friend. Unlike synchronous online courses, we will not be meeting at certain times during the week. We're not, so we're not going to be meeting, Tuesday and Thursday at noon or what have you. You are going to have to remember that every Saturday at 5 a.m., the learning modules go live for the particular week that you're in. And so you're going to have to really remember to do that. You're going to have to check online at least every week to get your assignments, to do the reading, to take the quizzes, to do everything. The lectures will be placed in every learning module. So you'll have a lecture, you'll have a reading to do, there may be a quiz, there may be a discussion board question, and there may be some assignments. So you're going to have to look in those learning modules to get all of that information. You're going to have to really rely very heavily on your syllabus. There may be some changes that may have to happen in the syllabus. And if I make any changes, I will always make the correction and put the new one on Blackboard. And I will also send you an email to let everyone know that there's been a change, and to go ahead and look at the new syllabus and download it and get familiar with that. So I will never spring a change on you. I will let you know if I have to make a change, and I will also explain to you why I have to make that change. Like I said, I will never spring anything on you. Okay. But because it's asynchronous, and because I'm not actually going to be seeing you um, every week, it is going to be very important that you manage your time very well. There's a lot of reading, there's a lot of assignments and work and thinking that goes into this class. So you're going to have to really budget your time really well, and you're going to have to remember to check Blackboard, because I'm not going to be standing in front of the classroom reminding you of assignments that are due, or quizzes that are coming up, or anything like that. So, I really don't want anybody to fall behind because they forgot to do an assignment or to take a couple of quizzes. That said, um, this is a numbers game, to be honest with you, with this course. I know everybody is concerned about their grades and doing well already, so I want to try and head that off before we get too far into the semester. And what I mean by this is a numbers game. It's about points, the number of points that you accumulate. If you don't turn in assignments, or if you forget to take a quiz or a couple of those quizzes are worth 10 points. And at the end of the semester, if you miss 2 or 3 quizzes, those 10 points, 20 points, 30 points, that's going to add up, and it's going to dramatically affect your grade. If you don't turn in assignments for the final project, that will also affect your grade for the final project, and then also it's going to affect your overall grade. So if you are confused about the reading and you think, I'm not going to do this quiz because I don't really understand it, I would like to encourage you to not think that way. Every point that you get is a point that's going to help you. So don't leave points on the table by not taking a quiz or by not turning in an assignment. If you have any questions, if you're having difficulty with the reading, or you just need further clarification, I'm here, your TA is here. Email both of us, or at least your TA in the beginning, if you aren't comfortable and you don't want to reach out to me. That's what the TAs are there for. They're there to help you. They're there to help explain certain things to you, to talk with you in case you can't reach me, or if I'm indisposed for some reason, but they're there also to help you out. So whoever you reach out to, me or your TA for the class, we are both here to help you. We both want to make sure that you don't have any problems, that you understand what you're being asked to do, and that you understand the content that you are reading. So you're not bothering us. Anytime you have a question, I would rather that you reach out and ask us than to not do anything and then you wind up missing points. Because at the end of the semester, I can't help you at the end if you don't have enough points there for me to work with you. Okay. And so I think that's pretty much it. Read over the syllabus. Make sure that you understand it. Again, I'm here if you need any help. Send me an email, send your TA an email. Either one or both of us will respond and help you out. We only respond to emails Monday through Friday by 5 p.m. Because I am also a student. I am a graduate student working on my PhD. And so I do need the weekends myself to do some of my own work. But we will always respond to you if it's Monday through Friday between a 48-hour period. So if you don't hear back from me or your TA within 48 hours, send us another email. It probably just means that, you know, maybe it got lost in our inbox. I don't know about you, but I get a lot of email, and sometimes they tend to get lost in the inbox. So if 48 hours go by and you haven't heard from us, send us another one. It's not a big deal. You're not going to be bothering us, and we will respond to you after we get that second email. Okay. So again, we want to make sure that you know that we're here to help you. We want you to know that we want to help you. And, you know, I'm looking forward to having a pretty good semester this semester. You know, if you have any kind of issues related to the pandemic, if you get sick or if someone in your family gets sick, or it's just the stress of, you know, still kind of being in lockdown, um, feel free to reach out and send me an email and let me know what's going on. I can't help you if I don't know what's happening. And the end of the semester will be too late for me to help address the situation that happens in February. So, you know, keep the lines of communication open. We want to know what's going on. We want to know how we can help you. And send an email if you need to. And I think that's it. That's all that I have for you right now. Let's have a great semester. And I just can't wait to see all the wonderful things that you're able to create in this class. As we get closer to the midpoint of the semester, we will start talking about the final project. I will put prompts in there, and I'll probably put another video in there to explain the final project. So don't get too worried about it right now. We're going to have other conversations about it, okay? So let's have a really great spring semester. All right, bye-bye.